Yo, amigos. I gotta freaking talk. About what? About my life update. But before that, since it's still bright outside, today is gonna be chest day. Today, chest. Last time I did arms. My shoulders are not sore yet, but I skipped chest in order to do shoulders with my friend. So instead, we gotta freaking go for a chest for today. I think we're doing like really heavy, crazy set today, which would start with barbell incline chest press, followed by what should I do today actually? If they are a chest press machine, I would love to spam them. If not, since it's been a while, let me do dumbbells. Let me do dumbbells, incline again, bench press. And I want to do the cables and pec deck. But pretty much all the time cables are freaking taken. So let's say what we can actually do today. I'm going back from my office to my house in the first place and do all the stuff, including laundries, maybe cook some rice, and then I'm gonna run my PC to do, like some task. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go to the gym. That's my plan for today. So I was almost about to mention about something regard to life update, right? It's not fixed, but the first thing first, what I can strongly confirm is that I'm gonna quit my job on next March, which is gonna be 5 years in total as a contributor of the company since the internship, and 3 years in total as well working as an employee. So I was like thinking of like switching to another switching to another company, or maybe visit abroad, not in Japan, like here and there. I'm not pretty sure, but at least we take it step by step, so that the first thing which comes for this moment is that I quit my job, and secondly, think about what am I gonna do in the future. Oop. I'm not like so aware of my future in the context of like working, because no matter what, we gotta work to pay some bills, or whatever it's gonna be. Then I gotta work, like it's gonna be like part-time employee, which I don't really want to. Bada bing, bada boom. Anyways, though, where am I gonna go? I'm thinking of visiting Australia. That's gonna be the idealist country where English is well spoken, and it's relatively easy to get a visa, especially for a worker visa, employee visa. For instance, I listed off like multiple countries, for instance, America, England, Netherlands. Like some of the countries are so freaking difficult to get a visa, especially for employee. Like, okay, for a tourist, yes, but if I want to work there and actually make money and make livings, States seems really freaking difficult. Really freaking difficult. First of all, to get a H-1B visa, the company has to offer me and also pay like 100K ish. I'm not like pretty sure about it, but the Trump, as soon as the Trump got elected, that's the strongly agreeable part, which I have to present myself to a certain company to offer me, because I don't have American citizenship. Next to England, they are like relatively easier to get a visa for a worker, but anyways, like there are a lot of immigrants and people like coming into England, so which makes like for me to get a job much more harder. Australia, probably it is much easiest. One, there's a working holiday visa from Japan, which would last until when I hit 30 years or ish, and I enter to the country with that visa, and as soon as I find a job, I switch to, employee visa, 482 visa or whatever you call it. Yeah, that's kind of thing. So yeah, that's what I'm aiming currently, but it could be anywhere else, like back to my hometown. I gotta talk to my family, obviously. But yeah, the statement, it hasn't concluded yet, but what I was thinking actually was that I'm currently 24 years old, and we all have dreams or goals, achievements that I really want to aim, achieve it actually in the future. When I become 30 or 40 years old, wouldn't it be like so freaking difficult to do such an behavior or take an act I'm not saying like, okay, if I go to Australia and make a lot of money, I'll be successful, but like something regarding that, like taking a risk and actually have a fun in a work environment, obviously, and probably domestically as well. Make some new friends and chit chat with them. So we would never know, not know yet if it's gonna be Australia, but I'm actually envisioning that destination is the idealist place where I can visit with my current skills. Also, the requirements for the visa and stuff. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be easy, but yeah, let's take a risk and like escape from this dog shit area. Like Japan is not it is really a nice place if you like have to consider or compare to any other countries. But I was also mentioning about a thing. Pretty much all the things getting involved in my life are plateaued. One, let's say, since this YouTube channel is like made from physique contest, I'm pushing hard, but after the surgery, it's not like I don't have the intensity same as when I used to have before the surgery, even when I did notice that I had an injury. Also work, it has a lot of stimulus compared to any other like general company, if I have to say so, because it's a really small startup. We've been like growing a lot, and we actually are like making a lot of revenue from it. But like those stimulus and everything got so plateaued, or let's say boiled, because I've been doing almost the same thing. Things would actually change. It would have like changed all over the place, all over the time. For instance, I didn't have to code before, but these like couple years I do have to code, do some programmings, and we have a lot of things like sales, you could say so. I didn't used to do that, but currently I have to do it, like something like that. But I'm really getting adjusted to it, and we could guess what's going to happen in the next probably like couple weeks, a month, which we all grow in. So we're not like starting anything which would put us in a really severe situation. But still, like, I kind of want some eagerness or challengeness, which I'm guessing I won't be able to get it from this area. I was thinking, okay, let's go back to my hometown and get a new job. It could be Tokyo, it could be Ibaraki, whatever I prefer to go. Because obviously living in Japan and pursuing same education, same kind of category, or even if it's gonna be a totally different field, I think in a couple to 3 years, same thing's gonna happen. I'm not gonna say like, okay, as soon as I go abroad, it won't plateau. It for sure would. So the only thing I have to do is either consistently look for other stimulus, or like at some point settle down. But for this exact moment, I strongly believe that it's not a time yet to settle down yet. and say let's say I'm 24. I'm making a decent amount of money. Not good amount of savings though. I have my girlfriend, so if we like get engaged, then we would like probably do other stuff together, live together, probably make some kids, whatever. So I could like easily guess. I mean, that's obviously a happy life. You know, I'm not gonna complain about it, but there's no challenge in it. Of course, raising up a kids or just only like not only like raising up kids, but living with someone and trying to like live up, pay some bills together, make some food, do some chores would be challenging, but I'm just assuming that it's not gonna be the same as I go abroad and try to live up in a new, like completely new environment, talk to new people, which probably I wasn't supposed to talk to them if I don't go there, right? Of course, I don't even know my neighbor's name, so I'm not gonna say like, okay, let's move abroad and like all of a sudden I'll know all of the neighbor's name. But yeah, you get my point, right? Probably like there are some people who are like struggling or thinking that should I move to a new town to experience new things, new stuff, to meet new people and talk to them, get a new job and try another thing simultaneously. Like you have to learn a lot of things when you gotta jump into totally different culture and totally different language. Okay, I'm used to talking in English, but it's not my main language anyways, and I'm so used to Japanese, which if we have to compare between the languages, Japanese and English, it's totally different, right? So it'll be really tough probably in a very first year, couple years, but I'm willing to, and I believe myself that I can overcome that, even if I'm not gonna become a freaking like software engineer at the Meta or some shit. Like, we will take it, bro. We will take it. As far as I enjoyed as far as I enjoyed challenging, I hope there should be someone who can, hire me. I really hope. I'm not pretty sure, but yeah, if not, then that's also a challenge moment. I failed, but at least I had a feedback, which, okay, at this point, not yet my ability is fulfilled. So if I want to try in the future, I gotta, feel the satisfactions. So I'm not pretty sure, but regardless, I'm gonna quit my job. That's gonna be my first thing. It's really uncomfortable staying here and plateaued, so it's like, it's not discombobulated, but I'm not gonna be able to work here with this situation for like 20 years, 30 years. Nah, I don't want to think of that. It sounds inconsistent that, okay, after 5 years, because most of the people, maybe not most, but a lot of people spends years, decades in the same company, right? I'm assuming. I'm not sure, but there are a lot, and they used to be a lot. At least for like this situation, nah, not here. If it was much more like a stabilized company or bigger company where I don't have to like really put any effort or like too many pressure onto the job, like the scalings or whatever, let's say the ratio, like my life ratio these 3 years, work 95%, private 5%ish. So it's like that. Time wise, probably it's not as that, but let's say 50-50. That's still like a lot, I feel like, because 12 hours I spent working and another 12 hours sleeping, cooking, like going to the gym, like playing games maybe, and done. So I'm not gonna say that I'm still freaking bumble that, or like I will say like I'm not too early to complain, in my opinion. Of course, there are a lot of jobs which requires a lot of times. Like probably you have to work like 17 hours a day, and that happens like annually. I don't know, but I mean in a duration, like sometimes we have to work like 20 hours. The longest streak I had was like 36 hours. But like sometimes you gotta do some stuff which if you do as soon as possible, if you finish it real quick, then you'll get a benefit from it. Hopefully. We'll never know whether or not it actually ends well, but that's also a challenging part, especially in a startup. So anyways, I've been thinking, I haven't made any conclusion yet, but more than likely I'm visiting abroad, so that's gonna be really challenging, but at the same time I would have learned a lot of things throughout the journey. The only thing which doesn't change is that I'll keep going to the gym. Whenever it has a gym, I'll try to get a membership. Like actually though, if I have Anytime Fitness membership, I think they will allow me to get into the gym, but I think it's much more easier to visit the neighbors, so yeah, I'll try to look for it. Australia though, if there's any Australian citizen, please leave me a comment where, for instance, like, how does the life sound in Australia? Is it fun? I think there are a lot of places to visit, like hiking or like swimming. Sometimes swimming sounds really freaking though, like freaking scary, because there are a lot of megalodons, there are a lot of jaws in Australia, but I really want to see it in real life, where I visit the sea, I visit the ocean, and Santa Claus is like skiing in Australia. Did you know that? Did you actually know that? Santa Claus is skiing. Not skiing, bro, fuck. Santa Claus is surfing on a freaking wave. Bro, isn't that really cool? I also want to do that. Bro. As far as I don't get eaten by a shark. Bro, imagine Santa Claus doing a surfing. Holy shit. That sounds really cool. But before moving, I really need to do a lot of things. Not only like papers, but I need to sell this car, other like gaming PC, like everything. Literally everything. There's no longer need for me to have these kind of things. And it also helps me to have a decent amount of money at the same time, so I can try to look for a job as far as I have a savings. But anyways, I'm willing to do that. Actually, I said it to my partner last night, and she started crying. Did you get my silence? I mean, of course, like, it'll be really grateful that someone actually cares about you. But sometimes man gotta take a risk towards challenges. And if it rewards, then probably like in the future I can bring her there, like whatever places that I'm gonna visit, or just literally come back to Japan and have a life again. We never know what the hell freaking happens. But yeah, like I said, I'll keep going to the gym. I'll put a lot of effort in it, and I'll try my best to make a decent living here, I don't freaking know. At least not in my company anymore. We're still gonna have freaking 9 months ish, so it's not a thing which immediately or suddenly happens. But I guess it really is a decent amount of time where I can prepare all the papers, like sell my car, whatever, talk to my parents, talk to my friends, Let me actually ask friend. I'm gonna meet my friend on Sunday. We're gonna go to the gym together. Yeah, let me actually ask him because he came to Japan from abroad, so probably he would have a similar kind of perspective rather than asking to random Japanese people. So yeah. Of course, like when we ask this kind of thing to men, they'll always say like, okay, you better do it. Like instead of like regretting in the future, we gotta freaking do it. Do it and regret it. You know, it's better than not doing it and regretting afterwards that, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that before. I already have like a lot of things to do, responsibilities, so I won't be able to do anything in the future. Just keep working for my family, which I do have huge respect in it, but I don't want to have such regrets in the future. And I can see that if I don't do this in the current stage, I would regret it. So we'll see though. We'll never make a conclusion. Like I said, I'm just a random mumbo jumbo. I'm not gonna say like, okay, my success. I mean, actually, I've been talking a lot about this thing, right? My success rate is like 10%, maybe like 5% even. How is your success rate? Like when you plan something, does all the thing goes well or it doesn't? For me, it doesn't. So like if we try it and if we can nail, it's not like a gamble, but that freaking 5%, we Gucci. I think I'm not gonna take a video on the way back from the gym, so let me just keep talking on the way to the gym. Why? I don't know. So yeah, that statement or the recognition that I'm feeling like, oh, I think I plateaued actually, was on point. Like nothing feels challenging recently. I really love talking to a camera and recording it and posting it, but it's like a hobby. Gym, like a physique, it's more like a hobby because I don't like compete on the stage, which I was supposed to do it on next September, but it's not capable. So it's more like a hobby rather than like I'm trying to like really compete on the stage and get a benefit out of it. Nah, that ain't a thing, unfortunately. Also, work, like I said, it's starting to feel like a chore, which in most cases it is, but it was like way more challenging back then. So yeah, there are a lot of things actually that I really have to think about, because I still have my family here, and you always put family on top of any other things, even your girlfriend or boyfriend. So yeah, I really gotta think. But if I ask my parents, I think they would as well say that, all right, you freaking do it. When you have any problem, just let us know, and I think I can just come back to Japan. Like luckily. So yeah, I think it won't be as difficult as it was to get a job in current stage if I really put any effort in it. I'm assuming there will be a lot of challenges, especially communication wise, because I haven't used, I was in the States, I was in England, but if I'm staying a couple to 3 years, then that's gonna be easily the longest streak when I'm gonna stay abroad by myself, which I'll feel comfortable. I've done it like several times, so it's not like anything unexpected. I mean, obviously a lot of unexpected stuff are confronted. I mean, I'll confront a lot of things, but I guess it is like somehow doable. And I hope it is, because if it doesn't, then I might have done. I mean, I might have died. There are a lot of really creepy like incidents recently, especially in Japan. Like after the, what was the moment? Like I mentioned it before as well. After COVID, like a lot of things has changed, but 2026 feels really off. And here, like there are a lot of fucking like murders, robberies, like scams, which got on the fucking news. Probably like it was just revealed. Probably before it wasn't. But something is different this year. Something is like off. Probably like, yeah, something in the background is happening really. And we just don't realize it yet. I don't fucking know. And probably we will never know, and that's the best part. We don't know about shit, and keep working, keep doing stuff, and pretty much die. So yeah, freaking chest. I'm so hoping that I'll try to elaborate about this topic on next video, probably. I mean, we still have 10 months. I don't like necessarily have to really be in a rush. So as always, I really appreciate you. I really hope you guys leave some comments, any advice, living abroad, and yeah, what else? One day I would really love to have a Discord discussion or whatever, but my community is too small to have such a thing. So I'll try to talk to my friends, talk to my surroundings, and get some opinions, so that I'm not only gonna, impulsively pursue any goals which probably I won't be able to. But also, I mean, making this statement is so stupid, because men are made to pursue and solve those problems by themselves. So as always, I'll freaking see you tomorrow. Peace. Doesn't end, I'm gonna quit.